Zach Moss, out. Michael Pittman Jr., out. Punt blocked. As bad as the first half you can have, if the Colts come back and get a massive W against the Pittsburgh Steelers, we're going to talk about all that and more on this, the No Horsing Around podcast. Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Burton. Shout out to Colts Nation. Shout out to the No Horsing Around family. Man, instant reaction edition. Colts win 30-13 against the Pittsburgh Steelers today, and kind of a must-win, big-time atmosphere, almost a playoff atmosphere for the Colts today. Had to have it. Earlier in the day, obviously, Cincinnati wins in overtime. When that happens, you are no longer in the playoffs. You had to have this win. You had to go to 8-6 to keep pace. And to start the game, it looked nothing like that they were going to do that, right? The Colts looked outclassed. They didn't look like they wanted to be there. I think I even tweeted out they looked out of gas almost, right? Like they didn't look prepared. They got down 13-0. Punt block, all these different things, right? Then you get a touchdown. You get Zach Moss getting a touchdown, right? And he goes out of the game. So now you're down to Tyler Goodson and Trey Sermon. And you're like, man, I don't know what's going on. They drive down the field. They score again right before half, take a 14-13 lead. That's it. That's game. That was game, right? Colts do not allow another point for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the second half. Go on to win 30-13. And they do that also on top of not having Zach Moss. You lose Michael Pittman Jr. to a potential concussion on kind of a really dirty hit. And if you really want to be honest, you lose Zach Moss to kind of a dirty horse collar, right? So you lose two of your best players, two of the people that you are counting on, to kind of questionable plays by the Steelers, which I'm a big Mike Tomlin guy. I was not impressed with him today, right? But, you lose those guys. You come into the second half. Defense looks good. I'm trying to think. I know Ibukan has another sack. Dio has another sack. I think they both had a sack and a half. I think we're at 46 for the season now, which ties the season record for the Indianapolis Colts. It was one of those games when you watch, you're like, man, if the Colts had really clicked on all cylinders, this would have been a bigger blowout because you had Marley Cox drop an easy touchdown, right? You had DJ Montgomery drop an easy touchdown. That's right. And then you had Matt Gay miss 2 field goals. So, you're talking about 14 points plus another 6, right? So what is it, 20 points left on the field? It could have been way worse than it was, but they find a way to win. I think probably for me, watching it, the most impressive part for me was the drive in the third quarter where they just ran the ball just down the throats of the Steelers. Trey Sermon had 17 carries for 88 yards. Tyler Goodson had 11 carries for 69 yards. I'm a Colts fan, a massive Colts fan. I am a Colts podcaster, and I was like, man, who is this guy when they got in the game? I know who Trey Sermon is, but Tyler Goodson, I had no clue. Gardner Minshew looked great, 215, 3 touchdowns, like I said. It was an impressive win all around. Julian Blackmon gets a pick. Also gets a fumble recovery. All in all, I'm just looking at these stats. DeForest Buckner, half a sack. It was an impressive win in a big-time atmosphere. And you kept pace. Now you've got the Falcons, you've got the Raiders, and you've got the Texans. Everything's in front of you. And yet again, I'm going to say it again because I'm going to keep saying it. I don't know how you don't have Shane Steichen winning the Coach of the Year, considering he has doubled the win total from last year. He has improved the offense to a top 10 offense. He's doing all this without his starting quarterback, without his starting running back, today without his second string running back, without his best receiver today, without his top two corners, getting rid of Darius Leonard in the middle of the year. It's amazing what he's done with this team. So I mean, it's a very, very good win, a very much needed win. And like I said, just domination kind of across the board from the Colts against them. Mitch Trubisky gets benched at the end. You pick him off twice. Hey, man, I said it a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, my God, holy shit, we had Alec Pierce signing. Finally, has Gus Bradley woken up and decided he's going to start playing Nick Cross? He makes a big play with the pick. And if I'm a Steelers fan, dude, I want George Pickens off that freaking team, dude. He seems like he's going to be he's a cancer for them. I mean, and some of the other just fun stats. I mean, 8 penalties for 101 yards on the Steelers, 2 for 10 on the Colts, 3 turnovers for the Steelers. I mean, Colts had 4 sacks. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, great game by the Colts. I'm excited. I can't wait to see next week's game. I'm going to enjoy watching the games over the next day. Let me know what you guys think. How high were you? How low were you at the end of the first half? Because I tweeted out they looked out of gas. Freezing cold take, really, right? Where were you at then? Where were you at the end? Let me know. And as always, you guys, please like, share, subscribe, all those things. You always see it flashing above me. Join the family. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Join in. We love each and every one of you guys. And I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think. So as always, you guys, I love you. I know the Colts love you. I'm out.